Welcome to official SL TV channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my video and press the red button. Please help me to share my video.
Good day to everyone who is listening to this audio. My name is Brahma Michael Toure, the Chief of Staff to Chief Sam Sumana's Psalm 28 movement, a movement that has been working very hard to help Chief Sam Sumana actualize his political dreams of becoming the next flag bearer of the APC party and eventually the next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone in the coming 2028 presidential elections. What we have in this audio is a collection of various questions and answers that speak to Chief Sam Sumana's family life, his business life, his life as a politician, his ordeals in the APC, and his current status in the APC going forward. We will do the audios in segments so that you will be able to listen to them one after the other. We will also make effort to translate them into other local languages like Mende, Temne, Limba, Kono, Fula, and Mandingo, and of course Creole. Please listen carefully and take notes so that if you need additional clarification on some of the things contained in this audio, you can simply contact us on +232 76 450 134. That number again is +232 76 450 134. I thank you very much, and please give yourself time to listen to the end, and may God bless you as you do. First question: who is Chief Alhaji Samuel Sam Sumana? And here is the answer. Sam Sumana is a Sierra Leonean born at Yomandu in the Sandon Chiefdom in the Bafimpen section in Kono district, eastern Sierra Leone. He was born to Chief Pusuwa Sam Sumana, one of the few section chiefs in the eastern province that supported the APC financially and morally at a time when it was almost suicidal to do so. This chief was imprisoned at one time by the SLPP for his support of the APC. As a matter of fact, he held baby Sam Sumana when he was born for the first time while he was in handcuffs for the APC. So, Sam Sumana was born in the APC and did not join like others did. Next question: how did Sam Sumana get into active politics? And here is the answer. Prior to the 2002 presidential elections between the then leader Ernest Bai Koroma of the APC and Alhaji Ahmed Jan Kaba of the SLPP, the APC experienced the horrible situation of their running mates, Alhaji Abubakar Jallo, being disqualified and was painfully replaced by Ambassador Dauda Suleiman Kamara. Therefore, as the 2007 presidential elections were approaching, the APC never wanted to have similar problems with a running mate, so they took a tour of the districts in search of a suitable running mate. Their search brought them to Yamando, where Sam Sumana was born. The team quickly discovered that it was the town of late Chief Pusua Sam Sumana who had supported the APC during the trying days. They asked if there was any existing family member of the late man, and they were told of the presence of one of the sons who had returned home from the United States and was engaged in mining activities and also reconstructing bad roads within the district of Kono and even Kenema district as well. This son was Samuel Sam Sumana. It is important to note that during this time, Samuel Sam Sumana had rejected two offers of ministerial positions from then President Ahmed Jan Kaba with the excuse that he was a businessman and really never wanted to be involved in politics. But the truth behind the excuse was that Samuel Sam Sumana never wanted to join the SLPP against the party of his fathers, the APC party. To cut a long story short, Sam Sumana had a couple of engagements with then leader Ernest Bai Koroma with a few other stakeholders of the party and was eventually selected as the running mate for the 2007 presidential elections. Next question. Did Sam Sumana help finance the APC campaign for the 2007 presidential elections? The answer is yes. While other people spent money in the said campaign, Sam Sumana spent a lot of money, especially in the southeast of the country, where he covered almost 90% of the campaign spending. This was a time when the APC reported cash value of 4 million loans to the PPRC, while the PMDC, a brand new political party, reported a cash value of 59 million loans. One can clearly see that the APC was near bankruptcy at that time. Next question. Did the selection of Sam Sumana as running mate to then leader Ernest Bai Koroma add any value to the ticket? The answer is yes. It added a lot of value. This was a time when the majority of Kono people were voting SLPP in sympathy with their identified leader at the time, lawyer Air Abu Koroma, who held ministerial positions in the SLPP during that period. The advent of Sam Sumana in the politics of Kono as the newly identified leader of the Kono people after lawyer Air Abu Koroma led the majority of Kono people to vote for the APC party. This was coupled with the fact that it was not too long after the Civil War and he was providing a lot of support to the people of Kono and also using his mining machines to pave some of the bad roads leading to some almost inaccessible areas in Kono district and Kenema district as well. Next question. Did Sam Sumana have a good relationship with his boss, President Kuroma, at the initial stages of their first 5 years in office? The answer is yes, they had, and both would spend time together eating lunch, planning, strategizing, and supporting the governance system through reaching out to friends and leaders in other parts of the world to solicit support and international recognition. Next question. Where did the fallout between them come from? The answer would be that to this day, the Sierra Leonean people have not been provided with any official reason or reasons as to why these two fine gentlemen fell out of favor with each other, sad as it is. Next question. Did Sam Sumana leave the All People's Congress APC party on his own volition? The answer is no. Sam Sumana was expelled from the APC. Allegations of anti-party activities were made against him by certain individuals from his own Kono district. An investigative committee was then set up by the National Advisory Committee, NAC, the second highest decision-making body of the party, to investigate Vice President Samuel Sam Sumana on the said allegations. The said committee came up with a verdict of guilty against the Vice President over trumped-up allegations that have now been proven to be lies. So, for that reason, the NAC recommended his expulsion from the party. So, on April 30th, 2015, in an emergency National Delegates Conference, NDC, held in the Bitumani Hall at Aberdeen in Freetown, Vice President Samuel Sam Sumana's expulsion from the APC party was endorsed principally on the strength of the trumped-up allegations presented by those few individuals who came forward and lied. Sam Sumana was subsequently removed from office as the elected sitting vice president of Sierra Leone by then President Ernest Bai Koroma. Next question. What was VP Sam Sumana's reaction to this action by his boss? The answer. Sam Sumana took the matter to the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone to seek answers on whether or not the president had the constitutional authority to remove him from office as the elected vice president of Sierra Leone. After brief judicial proceedings, the Supreme Court upheld the decision by the president. Sam Sumana felt unfairly treated and decided to take the government of Sierra Leone to the ECOWAS court on the same matter. The ECOWAS court later handed down a verdict in favor of Sam Sumana, stating that his human rights were violated as a result of that singular decision by the president of Sierra Leone to remove him from his position as vice president of Sierra Leone. The court then ordered for some compensation to be made to Sam Sumana by the government of Sierra Leone. Next question. Did the government of Sierra Leone ever make any attempt to honor the verdict by the ECOWAS court to compensate Sam Sumana? The answer is no. The government of Sierra Leone never honored the verdict by the ECOWAS court. As a matter of fact, even his pension, his personal security personnel, and vehicles that are due him as former vice president of Sierra Leone have still not been paid out or assigned to him to this day. Next question. When Sam Sumana left Sierra Leone and went to Ghana, instead of cause mayhem on the people of Sierra Leone for his sacking, did he form any political party whilst out there? The answer is no. Sam Sumana did not form any political party. The Coalition for Change (C4C) party was formed by Sierra Leoneans residing in the United States and from Sierra Leone here, who later called on Sam Sumana to head this party in order to give it weight and credibility. Next question. Is Sam Sumana recognized by the Kono people as their political leader? Yes, Sam Sumana is fully recognized by majority of Kono people as their political leader. The very reason why he would return from Ghana with a brand new political party 56 days to the 2018 elections and won 8 out of the 9 existing parliamentary seats in Kono at the time, together with all the district council and mayoral seats. He would always attract large crowds whenever he visits Kono. He is fully involved in many developmental activities as well as conflict resolution matters in the district. He has love for his people. He respects them and will provide assistance to those who badly need it. Next question. When Sam Sumana returned back to Ghana after the 2018 elections, were people sent to Ghana by former President Nkrumah to prevail on him to return back to the APC party? The answer to that is yes, and one of such people is Honorable Daura Tombo Bangura, who went to Ghana on the instructions of President Nkrumah to prevail on Sam Sumana to return back to the APC. Next question. Did President Ernest Koroma himself go to Ghana and later Nigeria to meet with Sam Sumana to ask for his return back to the APC party? The answer is yes. President Koroma did go to Ghana to meet Sam Sumana, and they also later met in Nigeria, where he prevailed on Sam Sumana to return to the APC of his fathers. The party of his fathers, the APC. Next question. Did those who make the allegations against Sam Sumana leading to his expulsion from the APC party come back later to say they lied against him and that the allegations were false? The answer to that is yes. At least one of them stood in a National Advisory Committee meeting, a NAC meeting, and stated openly that they were used by certain people within the leadership of the party to lie against their brother Sam Sumana, which led to his expulsion from the APC party. Deductively, one would see why these people later came back and joined Sam Sumana, lending credence to the popular adage that family is family, blood is blood. Next question. Did Sam Sumana officially resign from the Coalition for Change (C4C) party? The answer to that is yes. When he first expressed his desire to return to the APC party, he was advised to officially resign from the C4C party. So, on the 4th January 2020, he resigned from the Coalition for Change C4C party. And on the 6th January 2020, the C4C party acknowledged his resignation through a correspondence that was sent to him. On January 7th, 2020, he wrote to the All People's Congress APC party requesting to be reinstated into the party. Next question. Did the APC party reinstate Sam Sumana into the party after they received his letter of request to return to the party? The answer is yes, they did. Upon receiving Sam Sumana's letter of request to return to the APC, the National Advisory Committee (NAC), the second highest decision-making body of the APC, met on the 8th September 2020. This was a time when the country was plagued by the coronavirus and COVID-19 was ravaging the nation. At the same time, the tenure of office of the NAC had expired. So that means their mandate had expired. Their 3-year mandate had expired. So in order for the NAC to extend its time or its mandate, they would need to assume the role of a National Delegates Conference in order to have the authority to do so. as provided for in Section 6, 10, 11, 1, 6 of the December 5, 1995 APC Constitution, which states thus, and I quote, "In special and emergency situations, the National Advisory Committee shall perform the role and functions of the National Delegates Conference where a National Delegates Conference cannot be convened. Not less than 16 members, 2 from each region, must constitute a quorum for a special and emergency National Advisory Committee meeting." End of quote. On that very day of September 8, 2020, when that same NAC assumed the role and function of the NDC, it was the same moment that Sam Sumana's return to the APC party was approved by that same body, which was already a National Delegates Conference. They had a little over 29 members present when only 16 members were needed to form a quorum. So they were justified in whatever action they took at that material moment. The facts to this claim can be adduced from Justice Aidan Fisher's judgment in the matter between Alfred Peter Conte and the All People's Congress, where it states thus, on page 21 of Fisher's judgment states thus, and I quote, "I have also had regard to a supplementary affidavit in opposition, sworn to by Alhaji Usman Fode Yansene, sworn to on the 4th day of August 2021. In that affidavit, he avers to the following facts. 1, and I quote, that by reason of the state of emergency declared by the government of Sierra Leone due to the COVID-19 pandemic and its attendant restrictions on gatherings of large crowds, the National Advisory Committee of the party twice renewed and extended the mandates of the executive members at all levels of the party structure, as it was impossible to call a National Delegates Conference to organize elections." End of quote. And so the only reason why they were able to renew and extend their mandate as an executive body of the party in order to carry on with such functions, which only the National Delegates Conference of the APC has the power to carry out, was because it is provided for in Article 6, 10, 11, 1 of the 1995 Constitution and in Article 17J and 20G of the 2022 Constitution, which state thus, 17J, Powers and Functions of the NDC, 1995 Constitution, and I quote, "In special and emergency situations, the National Advisory Committee shall perform the role and functions of the National Delegates Conference where it is not possible for a National Delegates Conference to be convened." End of quote. Article 20G, Powers and Functions of the NAC in the 2022 Constitution, and I quote, "In special and emergency situation, the NAC shall perform the roles and functions of the National Delegates Conference where it is reasonably impossible to convene a National Delegates Conference. In such cases, not less than half of its members, including a representative from each political region, shall constitute a quorum." End of quote. So, in essence, Sam Sumana's reinstatement or readmission into the APC party never needed another National Delegates Conference for approval or endorsement. Interestingly, too, nowhere in the December 5, 1995 APC Constitution was it expressly stated that Sam Sumana's approval to return to the APC needed to be endorsed at a National Delegates Conference. Not even in the Article 8 of the APC 1995 Constitution that Ambassador Usman Fode Yansane quoted in the last part of the letter of reinstatement that he sent to Sam Sumana on behalf of the APC party in his role at that time as National Secretary General. It is also important to note that by his own admission to a delegation of 4 people from Sam Sumana's team that visited Ambassador Usman Fode Yansane several months ago, he stated that the NAC turned NDC did not instruct him to include in the letter of reinstatement that Sam Sumana's approval needed to be endorsed at a National Delegates Conference. He further stated that he single-handedly inserted that clause in the letter 2 days after the meeting because a certain social media blogger who goes by the name Kurma APC was blasting him on social media and calling him all kinds of names, saying that he had been embarrassed and made mockery of at the National Delegates Conference meeting, where Sam Sumana's return to the APC was approved because he, Ambassador Yansane, was against Sam Sumana's approval to return to the APC. He said he had to wait for 48 hours to see if Sam Sumana or any member of his team would dissociate from this blogger's utterances against him, but that did not happen. He further stated that he was also made to understand that this blogger, Kurma APC, lived in Sam Sumana's house, which, by all indications, was not true because this blogger has never spent even one night in Sam Sumana's house. Ambassador Usman Fodiyansane further stated that because he did not hear from anyone refuting this blogger's allegations against him, he had to hit back by inserting those last words in the final draft of the letter of reinstatement. Very sad moment. That was the turning point, the point that created all of the problems we are grappling with today. That singular action by Ambassador Usman Fodiyansane. But I have to commend him for being honorable and for actually admitting that he did such a thing. I have to commend him. Next question. Was Sam Sumana qualified to participate in the APC flag bearer race in Makeni in February 2023? The answer is yes, he was. Given the fact that his return to the APC was approved by a NAC-NDC on the 8th September 2020, the APC was not justified in their action of disqualifying him from participating in the flag bearer race in 2023 on the basis of a clause that was deliberately inserted in the letter of reinstatement by Ambassador Usman Fodiyansane, requiring another national delegates conference for him to be for that membership to be endorsed or reinstatement to be endorsed. Ambassador Usman Fodiyansane's admission to inserting in the letter of reinstatement what the NAC-NDC did not instruct him to write clearly requires an apology to Sam Sumana from him on behalf of the APC party. Additionally, if the basis for Sam Sumana's disqualification from participating in the 2023 flag bearer race was because his letter of reinstatement should first be endorsed by a national delegates conference, how can the APC party explain about a certain Paul Bajero Bangura, who left the APC without resigning and joined Alhaji Musa Tarawale in a brand new political party called the Citizens Democratic Party, CDP, and became his running mate? And that same Paul Bajero Bangura coming back to the APC in 2023 and participating in the flag bearer race in Makeni. The APC party should have expelled Paul Pajero Bangura from the APC as provided for in Article 13 of the March 7, 2022 APC Constitution. He committed an anti-party activity, and those who allowed him to participate in the 2023 flag bearer race without due diligence or conducting a background check to ascertain his qualification should also be either suspended or punished severely by the APC party. Next question. Is Sam Sumana returning as a new member into the APC party? The answer is no, he is not. The narration and clarification provided in the questions and answers above clearly tells everyone that he has been a member of the APC since 10th September 2020 when he was issued with a letter of reinstatement. If the APC party wants to maintain the word readmitted because the word reinstatement is alleged to have been erroneously used by the then National Secretary General in the letter that he sent to Sam Sumana on behalf of the party, then it stands to reason that Sam Sumana's readmission started on the 10th September 2020, and therefore his membership has nothing to do with the 5-year clause for qualification to run for flag bearer that is contained in the current March 7, 2022 APC Constitution. That reinstatement or readmission, whatever we want to call it now, was only endorsed by the pronouncement that was made in February 2023 at the National Delegates Conference in Makeni by no less a person than then chairman and leader, former chairman and leader, and former president, Anes Kurma, who stated that all persons who either left or suspended or expelled or aggrieved should return back to the party. And there was thunderous applause by the delegates that yes, they should return. That was an affirmation of Sam Sumana's letter that was given to him by the NAC on the 10th of September 2020. But again, the press release on the 23rd of May 2024 from the current National Secretary General, Lawyer Lansana Dubuya, reaffirmed that endorsement. If we go back and read that, we will see what was contained in that press release. This is similar to when someone is appointed to a job and placed on 1-year probation. The employee's confirmation after the 1-year probation does not start on the day the probation ends. It starts from the day he or she was appointed. Additionally, the letter of reinstatement to Sam Sumana that was given to him on the 10th of September 2020 did not state that his membership shall commence only after it has been endorsed by a National Delegates Conference. It did not say that. So deductively, his membership started on the 10th of September 2020. By today, 2025, he is 5 years in the APC. Additionally, Sam Sumana paid his backlog membership dues of 12 million leones, old leones, covering the period 2016 to 2023. He bought the flag bearer application form for 6 million leones, old leones. And he also paid 30 million old leones as flag bearer fee, all into the APC party bank account at the Rokel Commercial Bank, and was given official APC party receipts for all these payments. How can a new member pay backlog dues spanning the period that his payments covered? Only old members are required to pay backlog dues if they are behind in their monthly or annual subscriptions to the party and or organization to which they belong. Plain and simple. Next question. Was the Interim Transitional Governance Committee, ITGC, representative of the APC party at the time it was established? The answer is yes. The ITGC was established by a court order as the governing body on behalf of the APC party after the entire party leadership structure was perpetually injuncted by Justice Adrian Fisher in the matter between Alfred Peter Conte and the All People's Congress Party. So every action by the ITGC was legal, legitimate, and binding. Next question. Was the matter of Sam Sumana's membership issue ever brought before the Elders Council of the APC for final resolution? The answer is yes. The National Secretary General of the APC party, Lawyer Lansana Doumbouya, presented the matter to the party's Elders Council and asked them to help lay this matter to rest. Let us keep in mind that in the APC 2022 constitution, it is contained therein that the Elders Council is the conscience of the APC party. The Elders Council is the conscience of the APC party. So thereafter, the members of the Elders Council, together with some members of the leadership of the Veterans Congress, met several times and deliberated on this matter. At one point, they had to invite Sam Sumana and his team to come and present their own side of the story. This meeting, which was chaired by Honorable SBB Doumbouya, former Speaker of Parliament, took place at the conference room of the party office on the 4th of April 2020. Sam Sumana was given the opportunity to present his case, and he did so very eloquently, drawing all the instances mentioned above from 2020 to date. Next question. Was any other meeting held after this one with the Elders Council? The answer is yes. Another meeting was held. After the meeting with the Elders Council, the leadership of that council looked at all the information gathered over the period of time that they had sat on this matter. They then agreed on one strong position. They subsequently did a correspondence on that position and presented it to the leadership of the APC party. The position was that, given everything that they now know, and bearing in mind that a lot of things were done wrongfully against Sam Sumana, the leadership of the APC party should strongly consider bringing Sam Sumana back to the APC party unconditionally. Take note of that word, unconditionally. Next question. Did anything happen after the leadership of the APC party received this correspondence containing the position of the Elders Council on the matter? The answer is yes. The national chairman of the APC party, Honorable Alhaji Minkailu Mansari, summoned a NAC meeting on the 22nd of May 2024 and asked for Sam Sumana to be invited. This meeting was attended by almost all NAC members together with the members of the Elders Council, members of the Veterans Congress, and Chief Sam Sumana himself, accompanied by 5 members of his team. On the side of the NAC, the national chairman, the deputy national chairman, the national secretary general and his deputy, the East, West, North, and South regional chairpersons, the publicity secretary, the financial secretary, the deputy organizing secretary, the treasurer, and the representative of the party's legal team, lawyer Africano Sorisise, were all present. Chairman Minkailu Mansari opened the meeting with a direct statement that Sam Sumana is not a stranger in the APC party. He said Sam Sumana could serve as the number 6, the midfielder, in the APC party because he has the capacity, like a midfielder would do, to reach out to all areas of the country. For this reason, he should come back to the party with no conditions on either side. After almost 6 hours of deliberations, which included Sam Sumana sharing information that was new to most people present in that room, the chairman finally asked the legal representative of the party, lawyer Africano Sorisisi, to help guide them on this matter. This was immediately after the Western Rural District Chairman, Kasho Holland Cole, asked the chairman to define what he meant by Sam Sumana returning to the APC party unconditionally. Because that word stood out conspicuously and needed to be defined so that people could understand. Lawyer Africano Sorisisi very carefully and systematically premised his explanation on four main things that usually go along with the law. He stated that he was speaking purely on what the law provides in short instances and not out of sentiment or emotions. He said there is what is called the law itself. There is what is referred to as equity in law. There is what is also known as the conscience in law, and there is expediency. He cited instances of the party taking money from Sam Sumana as payment for backlog dues from 2016 to 2023 as a serious matter under law. He also clarified to them that the ITGC was established by a court order, and therefore whatever it did was on behalf of the APC, and therefore it was the APC at the time. He also cited the instance where the party allowed Paul Pajero Bangura, who left the APC without resigning, join another political party, the CDP, and became running mate of Musa Traore in the 2018 presidential election. And the party allowing the same Paul Pajero Bangura to come back to the APC in 2023 and participating in the flag bearer race at the APC's National Delegates Conference in Makeni in February 2023. He said this is where equity in law comes in. He concluded by stating that given everything that the leadership of the party now knows in terms of the things that were done wrong, it is left with the leadership to use the conscience part of what the law could uphold and be expedient in resolving the matter once and for all. It was at this moment that Chairman Minkalu Masari stated openly that after everything that the legal person had stated, Sam Sumana is coming back to the APC unconditionally. Next question. Were there further plans agreed upon in that same meeting? The answer is yes, there were. Sam Sumana should not demand a letter of either reinstatement or readmission from the APC party, nor should the party put any conditions for the return of Sam Sumana into the party. It was further agreed that Sam Sumana should not make a statement to the public as yet, and that the party too is not going to make a statement either. It was resolved that the chairman, Mankalo Mansere, is going to set up a committee that will comprise 3 people from Sam Sumana's side and 3 from the party. This committee will put a program together that will include inviting all the district chairpersons from across the country, together with the regional chairpersons, to Freetown, and in a joint press conference, will share with the people the manner in which Sam Sumana is coming back to the APC party. After this press conference, plans will be made for the party to accompany Sam Sumana to his home district of Ono, where he would be presented to his people as having been brought back into the APC party. This was almost near conclusion. This arrangement was near conclusion of Sam Sumana's issue with the party. Next question. Did anyone take notes or minutes of this meeting? The answer is yes. The National Secretary General Lawyer Lansana Dumbuya, the Deputy National Secretary General Lawyer Usman Timbo, the legal representative of the party, Lawyer Africano Sorisise, and Brahma Michael Ture, commonly known as BMT, representing Chief Sam Sumana, all took notes on that day. So everything that I am saying here was recorded. Well, at least with the assumption that it was recorded because I did. Next question. What then prompted Lawyer Lansana Dumbuya to send out a press release the day after this meeting? The answer. Late in the evening of that day, while Sam Sumana supporters were rejoicing over this new and welcoming development in his membership of the APC party, Brahma Michael Ture, BMT, the Chief of Staff of Chief Sam Sumana's operations, got a phone call from lawyer Lansana Duboya, almost hysterically asking him why everyone is saying on social media that the party had reinstated Sam Sumana. Brahma Makechule reminded lawyer Lansana Duboya of the moratorium on communication that they agreed on in the meeting, and further stated to him that any official correspondence that is coming from the Sam Sumana team will always be done on the official letterhead of the former vice president. Prime Michael Chure BMT also told Lansana Dubois that they do not have control over what anyone is saying on social media because that communication platform is a free for all place for people to say anything that they want to say. Lawyer Lansana Dubois then said he was going to call BMT back, but never did. The next day, the Sam Sumana team saw a press release in which lawyer Lansana Dubois painstakingly tried to quote a 2022 constitution in relation to the manner in which Sam Sumana is coming back to the APC, contrary to the agreement that either side should not make a public statement. Brahma Michael Ture BMT immediately called him when he saw the press release, but he did not answer. BMT tried 3 other times and still lawyer Lansana Dubois did not answer. Brahma Michael Ture had to ask someone else to call Lansana Dubois, and he picked up the call. BMT then seized the opportunity to ask him if he was the one who sent the press release out, and he said he was. Brahma Michael Ture reminded him about the moratorium on making any public statements, and he, Lawyer Lansana Dubois, said he did not understand it that way. He further stated that his understanding was that he could make a statement on behalf of the party, and BMT too could make a statement on behalf of Chief Sam Sumana if he so desires. This was when BMT was prompted to send out an audio to set the record straight. Next question. Why did the National Secretary General Lawyer Lansana Dubois make a similar statement at the press conference organized by the APC members of parliament? Here is the answer. Our team, the Psalm 28 team, does not know why Lawyer Lansana Dubois did. But we would only like to say that the press conference wasn't organized by the party. Lawyer Lansana Dubois therefore did not have to answer the question that was asked by one of the journalists about the membership of Sam Sumana in the APC. Above and beyond, Lawyer Lansana Dubois is not the head of the legal team that has the responsibility to clarify legal matters of any nature. He therefore did not have to make any statement on behalf of anyone's eligibility in the APC. It is the legal team that has that mandate. However, Lawyer Lansana Dubois, again seized the opportunity during this press conference to deliberately misinform the crowd that Sam Sumana is coming back to the APC as a fresh member. He deceptively stated to the crowd that Sam Sumana left the APC to form his own party. He failed to tell the truth by letting the people know that Sam Sumana was expelled from the APC through false allegations. He also failed to tell the people that Sam Sumana's membership had been concluded in 2020 and endorsed at the National Delegates Conference in 2022, and therefore what is contained in the new 2022 APC Constitution in relation to membership has nothing to do with Sam Sumana's membership. Next question. We had the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Sierra Leonens, granting interviews on Kono-based radio stations and re-echoing the same thing that Lawyer Lansana said. Why was that? Well, the only thing one can think of is that they were probably attempting to render Sam Sumana unworthy of the respect and support of his own Kono people. Sierra Leonens was re-echoing what they probably had planned to do to Sam Sumana even before the NAC meeting, in which it was agreed that Sam Sumana should return to the APC unconditionally. One can clearly see that in the first interview on one of the Kono-based radios, Sierra Leonens played safe and never really answered the question about whether or not Sam Sumana is coming as a new member into the APC. In the second radio interview, on another Kono-based radio, after what one would come to see as a calculated ploy, Sierra Leonens mentioned that Sam Sumana left the APC to form his own party and became flag bearer in that party. So if he is coming back, he is doing so as a new member of the party. Again, CD deceptively failed to state that Sam Sumana was expelled through false allegations. He also failed to refer Two, the case of Paul Pajero Bangura, whom they all allowed to participate in the flag bearer race in Makeni in the February 2023 convention, even though they all knew that this same man had left the APC without resigning and without being expelled and had served as running mate to someone else in another political party. That is the highest form of anti-party activity that no one in the APC is willing to talk about to this day. Lawyer Lansana Doumbouya, a renowned lawyer of many years of practice, could not educate his National Publicity Secretary on the basic principles of law that he who comes to equity must come with his hands clean, which simply means what is good for the goose must be good for the gander. Next question. But again, the same lawyer Lansana Doumbouya granted an interview to the Voice of America VOA International Radio and made the same statements about Sam Sumana's membership. Why would he continue to do so? Well, the Sam Sumana's team does not know why. But one thing that we do know is that lawyer Lansana Doumbouya was very dishonest, insincere, deceptive, and malicious in that very interview when he stated, among other things, that Sam Sumana left the APC on his own volition. The whole world knows that Sam Sumana was expelled from the APC party through false allegations that were brought against him by people from his very corner district that some members of the party manipulated to find a way to get rid of the former vice president. That story is common knowledge. It's known by everybody. For a once highly reputable lawyer like Lansana Doumbouya to state in an international radio interview that Sam Sumana left the APC on his own volition is downright shameful and dishonorable. Let him remember that he would one day need an international job like the one he had the last time with the United Nations. And he would be asked in an interview if he had ever lied on local or international radio. He would hastily say no. Then he would be reminded of the day he openly lied on VOA that the former vice president of Sierra Leone left his political party on his own volition. I wonder what would become of him on that day when reality would strike him right across the face. Next question. But why do the APC National Secretary General, the Deputy National Secretary General, and the National Publicity Secretary keep referring to the 2022 APC Constitution whenever Sam Sumana's eligibility is mentioned? Here is the answer. It is a very interesting situation because each time they mention the 2022 Constitution, they will not tell you which part of that Constitution they are referring to. From what we have gathered, they are banking on Article 81 of that Constitution, which repeals the 1995 Constitution. That article states thus, and I quote, upon the coming into force of this Constitution, which is the 2022 Constitution, the Constitution of the Party of 5th December 1995 shall cease to have effect. End of quote. This is the repeal clause. But as we always know, constitutions of this nature also have transitional clauses, which allow everything that was done during the old constitution to remain valid as if the constitution never even changed. So deceptively, they will not tell you about Article 82A, which is the transitional clause in the 2022 APC Constitution, which states thus, and I quote, notwithstanding the provision in Article 81, nothing done under the authority of this Constitution, which is the 1995 Constitution, shall be regarded as invalid. End of quote. This is very important because their long-held argument was that Sam Sumana was given a letter of reinstatement in September 2020 under the 1995 Constitution, and therefore this new Constitution, the 2022 Constitution, does not recognize that action. But Article 82A that I have just mentioned rendered that argument null and void and consequently inadmissible in any court of law anywhere in the world. This is the most deceptive part of their claim that Sam Sumana is coming back as a new member into the APC party. Very sad and unfortunate. So, what we would now say is that, yes, we agreed to go by the new 2022 APC Constitution and abide by the 5-year clause contained therein for qualification to contest the APC 2026 flag bearer race. Because we strongly believe that Sam Sumana is not prevented from contesting in 2026 by this clause because he became a member of the APC in 2020. And from that time to September 2025, he would have been a member for 5 years and a paid up one at that, because he had already paid his backlog membership dues of 12 million leons, old leons, covering the period 2016 to 2023, and now only needs to pay for 2024 to 2026, which will be done when he goes to verify his membership as a honorary foundation member as contained in Article 11 of the 2022 Constitution, which states that he who was president, he who was vice president, he who was speaker of parliament, etc., falls under that very category. How can therefore an honorary foundation member be classified as a new member of the party? One may be tempted to ask. It's absurd, it's annoying, and very much deceptive. All we know is that by February 2026, when we would be expecting the next National Delegates Conference, Sam Sumana would have been overqualified to contest in the flag bearer race, plain and simple. But let us also keep in mind that lawyer Usman Abdallah Timbo, who has recently resigned from his position as Deputy National Secretary General, has flag bearer ambitions of his own. Therefore, he will not be expected to support anything that would bring Sam Sumana into the race, because the very Sam Sumana is considered a heavyweight. Sierra Leonens, the National Publicity Secretary, is alleged to be nursing ambitions of becoming a running mate to Dr. Kefara Mara. How true that is, we don't know. However, Sidi is from the southern region of the country, and therefore a Sam Sumana flag bearer will not actualize Sidi's dreams of becoming a running mate, because Sam Sumana is from the east and he, Sidi, is from the south, and the APC cannot therefore have the flag bearer and the running mate from just the southeast of the country. So this is why Sidi would always tell you about the Constitution without quoting directly which part of the Constitution he's making reference to. But there is no part in the Constitution that says Sam Sumana is not qualified, given everything that I have now explained to everybody. Next question. What makes Sam Sumana stand out amongst all other flag bearer aspirants? Here is the answer. Chief Alhaji Samuel Sam Sumana served as Vice President of Sierra Leone under President Ernest Bai Koroma for 7.5 years. And for that period of time, he acted as acting president on 83 different times. You see, vice president for 7.5 years and acted as acting president for 83 times during that period. He is therefore not coming into the office of the presidency to learn how to govern a nation. He knows what it takes to run a state and what you need to do to succeed as a president. Secondly, in all of the 7.5 years as vice president, he was never found wanting for embezzlement or misappropriation of state resources. He was never called to answer for anything during the government-led commissions of inquiry. This is happening in Africa and in Sierra Leone, where corruption is endemic. This is where a whole vice president who served for 7.5 years was never found guilty of anything, never found wanting for misappropriation of one single penny. Above and beyond, this man, Chief Alhaji Sam Sumana, is business savvy. He has been a businessman before he became vice president, so he understands how to navigate between governance and business. He is street smart because he has been exposed for several years and knows how the street works and how to navigate the streets. And he is politically inclined with a political base and a strong political capital in his control of the swing district of Kono. Sam Sumana is in control of Kono. I don't care what anybody tells you today. You only need to go to Kono and spend some days and you would know that Sam Sumana is in control. He governs Kono. Kono people do not follow political parties. They follow political godfathers. From back in the 60s, when they had late Chief Songo Mbriwa as their political godfather. After him, it was lawyer Air Abu Kuruma, the father of former First Lady Sierra Kuruma. And after lawyer Abu Kuruma, it is Sam Sumana. And that is who they are looking forward to. That is who they're looking up to. I'm sorry. And so he governs there. So that is strength if you're looking for somebody who can win for you. Let us also keep in mind that the eastern region of the country has never enjoyed the blessing of having one of their own as president of Sierra Leone. They will therefore be looking up to him, Sam Sumana, as the most qualified and better placed at this time to do so for them. Sam Sumana has the capacity to attract a lot of votes from the southeast, more than any of the other aspirants could ever do. His popularity cuts across the nation, and he has garnered sympathy and support from many Sierra Leoneans for what the APC did to him. So all of this put together would suggest why he is the most appropriate and strategically placed to win for the APC at the first ballot in the 2028 presidential elections. Next question. Is Sam Sumana prepared to go to court to seek redress? And if so, when? Here is the answer. Yes, Sam Sumana is prepared to go to court to seek redress, but only as a last resort, as a last option. Sam Sumana is a global peace ambassador. He would therefore like to exhaust all efforts at conflict resolution and crisis management through the existing organs of the APC party designed for that purpose in its constitution. When any of that does not work, Sam Sumana will be left with no other option but to seek interpretation through legal means. But the recent proposal by the party leadership, together with the Elders Council and Veterans Wing, to have both legal teams from Sam Sumana and the APC party meet and try to find common ground through which this matter could be resolved once and for all, is a welcome call by all well-meaning APC party supporters. Let us keep in mind that at the time he was removed from office as an elected vice president in 2015, he, Sam Sumana, had everything available to him to have brought mayhem to the people of this country, just like Vice President Riek Machar did in South Sudan when he was removed from office by the president Salva Kiir. Sam Sumana instead left Sierra Leone to give peace a chance. He will find time to peacefully meet and greet the people of this country and give them hope that the peace of this country is paramount and no one political person or politician is bigger than the country. We thank you very much for your time to listen to this. This is coming from the media team of Chief Alhaji Samuel Sam Sumana, the former Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. May God bless you all. Goodbye for now. Again, I am Brahma Michael Ture, the Chief of Staff for the Psalm 28 operations, the movement that is helping Chief Sam Sumana to actualize his political dreams of becoming the flag bearer of the APC in 2026 and President of Sierra Leone in 2028. Goodbye.